Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to day 18 of 21 business days of skilling you softly. I want to welcome you as we continue our journey on taking a deep dive into a soft skill each day for the past um, 17 business days. I've actually looked at a soft skill, briefly discussed the soft skill and the importance of soft skills for your personal and your professional growth. My name is Sarita Price, and I am the coach who is skilling you softly to live and lead with confidence and boldness in every area of your life, not only in the marketplace, but your daily life as well. Phenomenal time. We are actually coming down to, I think, after today, 5 more days, or is it four? 4 more days of discussing soft skills. And I do hope that this for me has been a journey, great feedback. Like I said, some may not leave comments, but I receive emails and direct messaging as well. So let's continue on. A brief recap. What are soft skills? They are those desirable qualities or those transferable skills that don't depend on acquired knowledge. They are people skills. So um, we have discussed in the past, go back and look at the replays. We've discussed change management, we've discussed conflict management, we have discussed creativity and innovation. We've discussed critical thinking, customer service, effective communication, emotional intelligence. There were 5 components: self awareness, self regulation, motivated, empathy, as well as social skills. We've discussed integrity, having a positive attitude. We discussed problem solving. We've actually discussed storytelling, responsibility, and yesterday I discussed time management. So, what is the soft skill that we're going to discuss today? And the soft skill that we're actually going to discuss today is one that is, these are all great, but you will see how teamwork, how other soft skills I've actually discussed will help you with teamwork. As a matter of fact, you may see some of the soft skills in these next couple of slides as we go over this. So, what is teamwork? But teamwork is really, and sometimes we use this word loosely. There's a difference between groupthink and teamwork. Teamwork actually, you employ the practice of collaboration or collaborating. And I just actually looked up some of the synonyms for collaborate. So in other words, they are coming together, conspire, cooperate. Another word: participate, hook up, do business with, get together, go partners, hook up, interface, join forces, join together, join with, and team up, throw in together, throw in with, tie in, and work with. These are some of the synonyms for collaborate. It's the action of collaborating, joining together, working together, teaming up, as well as teamwork, enhanced communication to expand the traditional roles. So, if you, in some capacity, I am sure, whether it's work or personal, everyone has had the opportunity to participate in some type of teamwork. Definitely at work, because truth be told, as I think it was quote said, no man can be an island alone. You need other people. You need a team to work together. Um, from a business perspective, when you have projects as a project manager, you can't do everything on your own. You have to have a team to work with you. It's too much. So really, you being able to communicate, which is a soft skill. Remember, I talked about communication, the different aspect of communication as far as making sure that you are effectively listening when you communicate, when you work together as a team. That is key. In the courses that I teach, entrepreneurship and innovation, we have basically, out of the 8 weeks, if it's a accelerated course, or if it's a traditional class, it's 15 weeks. Out of those, whatever amount of weeks, there's always 2 team assignments. And it can be interesting sometimes, especially when I have younger students. I can tell versus the older students, because you can tell that some of them have never really worked in a team when you're talking about in the work environment. And then you have those that are experienced, but you will always, I'm telling you, when you think about sports, that's one of the biggest things. I started to wear a jersey today, but I didn't do that. But when you think about sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, what have you, it's a team. You have to work together. You have to know how to effectively communicate with each other. And also, too, in a work environment, you're working as a team. Many times when you have most companies may have team meetings or group meetings or huddles on a daily basis. Some may do it just on a weekly basis. You have a representative from each department. You have someone from accounting, finance, human resources, operations, all different functionalities of an organization. And you guys are coming together as a team, even though you may have different functions, just like on a sports, different positions, forward or guard or what have you, talking about basketball. You still have to have a strategy to come together, or teamwork, to work the teamwork, make the dream work, right? To make sure you're achieving that common goal, because everyone has a part to play. So you have to have communication in teamwork. Okay. All right. Teamwork promotes decisions making as a unit that works toward a common goal. I just stated that. Even though you're working in departments, and that's one thing has always fascinated me, especially working in the business world. As I stated in my live, I can't remember if it was yesterday or day before, I talked about most of my positions that I started off as an executive assistant. So I was kind of like, I wasn't I wasn't the VP or the boss, but he gave me a lot of responsibility to help the team come together so it can flow easily. So it always would amaze me first I have when we have meetings, to see how each um, member of the team did each function would bring to the team. And let's just say you had an engineer and you have someone in finance, and sometimes you kind of didn't understand. You're so focused on your department and what you're doing, but you don't really understand how it is crucial. Because, for example, from the HR perspective, this is one of those battles we used to have to fight. You want to hire all these employees, that's great, but then sometimes finance is like, okay, we need where we, is it in the budget? It's not in the budget. So many times the leader would depend on the finance team to say, okay, what's in the budget? How many employees can we hire? Or operations would say, okay, we need, a new system. Is it in the budget? And then IT is like, okay, so we're going to help implement the system, especially if it's some kind of technical software. So you say how all those different work together as a team in order to fulfill the common goal, and that is for the organization to function and achieve its goals, to hit its goals, and whether it's not necessarily, well, it's revenue goals, but also too to make sure you satisfy your customers. So teamwork is of essence if you want your organization to be successful. Let's take that to a personal level. You are a team in your home, right? If you are have a family, um, whether it's a single parent family, or there's a two parent family, or what have you, you have to work together as a team. um what are the chores and the responsibilities? Because I know, as far as for me, in my home, everybody had a job. Everybody, we worked together as a team, because you have to do that in order to accomplish, to make sure the household is running smoothly, make sure everybody is in a good state as far as mental, emotionally as well. So there's some things that you can do. I mentioned yesterday about how I used to have my daughter help me as far as time management. When, help put label on my products, help me do some things so that I wouldn't take that time. I can be productive doing something else. And she knew that it was going to be a reward in for her. So we worked together as a team in order to accomplish a goal. If I told her, hey, we're going to go do this, this vacation and do this, well, she knew that we needed money. So she would help mommy um, do what I need to do to help make the money that I need to make so that we can take this vacation. So we work together as a team. So, and also too, this leads me to the next one. Reduce workload issues that cause burnout. I talked about that in responsibility, learning how to delegate, working. If I am a supervisor and I'm an employer and I have employees, it helps me reduce my workload. We work together as a team. Now, I can't remember, I talked about conflict. Sometimes you have team conflict. It's not on the slide. Well, I'm just going to bring it in here. There's a way that you have to find out how to deal with team conflict. I'll give you an example. I have it all the time. I just talked about a class that I teach, my entrepreneurship class. We have team assignments. Sometimes it never fails. I always have that one or two stragglers that come in. They, if the assignment is due Sunday, they may not show up to Friday or Saturday, and pretty much the team has already completed the task. So sometimes I'll get emails say, "Hey, Professor Price, listen, this particular person, we haven't heard from them. We contacted them, no show, and that's not being a good team player." But I always would give them an example. My example is, this is a team, you're in school, but let me just put it this way. If you are at work and you are assigned to a team for a task for your job, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to run to your supervisor, kind of like, I just use the word snitching, that this particular person is not doing what they're supposed to do? A good supervisor is going to have a list of, they're going to get a final list of who's supposed to doing what. So just know this. The supervisor know who's working and who's not working. Many times they know. So, you're going to pull together. Everybody's going to have to pick up the other person's load, even though that person is not doing the work. It's not fair. No, it's not. But you have to move forward in order to work together as a team to achieve that common goal. What are the repercussions of the person not, from a class perspective? I know who's not doing the work. That person gets the grade that they deserve. If they didn't do anything, they get a 0, point blank. If the person on your job, if they're not performing well and it continues as a pattern, guess what? A good supervisor, first of all, find out what's going on. See why is your work slacking? Make sure, it's not personal, or if it is personal, let's talk about it. Let's find a solution. Let's take some act, put you on a performance improvement plan, work together. Now, as we used to call PIP, performance improvement plans are nothing bad. It's just that you need some help. Let's find out what's going on. problem solving, another soft skill. So you see how all of these intertwine once again, as far as teamwork. So let's go to the next slide. And I want to briefly talk about this. As far as teamwork, let's talk about diversity, or the term we use now, DEI, or diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diverse teams, right? They, let me just say this, diversity, equity, and inclusion is across the workplace. It isn't about just checking off a box, okay? Some of the best teams that I have ever worked on what diverse team. And when I say diversity, I mean, you can see we're talking about multicultural diversity, different communication styles, different cultures. DEI teams are more creative, they're more innovative, and they're more impactful. It never fails. When you bring together all of that different people from diverse backgrounds, you're guaranteed more than likely to have a very successful project, whatever you're working on, because you're dealing with different people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different experiences, from different walks of life. Let's even talk about generational diversity as well. You need someone from from a baby boomer perspective, Gen X perspective, millennial, and now Gen Z. They're moving into the workplace. Talk about generational diversity. So these teams make up are very innovative, very creative, and very impactful. Me as a Gen Xer, that's who I thrive to really come in contact with, are the millennials and the Gen Z. Both of my children, one's a Gen Z, one is a millennial. So it keeps me innovative. It keeps my creativity flowing. And my years of experience is help them as well. So I love working on diverse teams. I love clients that have diversity as well. Because this one quote that I found, it says diversity is having a seat at the table. Inclusion is having a voice, and belonging is having that voice to be heard. Everybody has a voice. So it's a matter of respect, listening. When I have training, coaching, group sessions, or especially group sessions, when I walk out and see a diverse room, class, oh, I just get so excited, because I'm one of those. I love different backgrounds and different cultures, and I love to hear, people's experiences. I love to hear storytelling, another soft skill. They have different stories that can bring, and then when you have that, it brings to attention how different we are, but also how alike we are as well as human beings. So yes, so I won't go on and on about that, but nevertheless, this is teamwork, and pretty much one of the best diverse teams you can have is one that is include all backgrounds, culture, sexes, communication, inclusiveness, different ages. I talked about different generations. They're more creative, and they're more impactful, and they're more innovative. Okay, so as we end today, soft skill, teamwork. As always, keep in touch. I'm loving these emails. I'm loving the feedback. Please, please, please keep them coming. And to reach me on all social media platforms, or to send me a message, or to either just connect with me in all ways. All things Sarita, from Sarita's Pen, my Linktree link. This is my mailing address as well. More upcoming webinars as well coming up. And join me tomorrow as we go into day 19. Listen, tomorrow is Friday. You definitely don't want to miss this. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about stress management. So if you're having stress issues, You definitely want to make sure you, um, if you're having issues managing your stress, let me change that. You definitely want to make sure that you tune in tomorrow for tomorrow's session. Okay, so thank you guys for coming. It's always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And remember this, soft skills get you through hard times. Have a great, great day. Bye bye.